Suck my balls. Hello. I'm alive. I'm alive. It's lovely to see you. Now I'm just having a Slurpee. I've got a real sweat on. I can't control my temperature at all. So I make no apologies. I'm doing really well, you know, to the best of my ability, which is good. I think I'm looking okay, I'm sounding reasonable. If you hear my voice is slightly compressed, I've got a swollen belly, obviously, but the swelling is the same on the inside as the out. So that is pushing at the bottom of the lungs, making it a little bit difficult to breathe. Therefore you don't have much energy. So, you know, if you're going to get yourself clean, you have to go and brush your teeth and then sit down for 10 minutes or so. Then you have to have a wash, go and sit down for 10 minutes or so. Do something else, go and sit down for 10 minutes or so. Everything is slow, everything is methodical. Pace yourself and be sensible. But the main thing is we're alive. And my birthday Sunday, I can't believe I'm 26 already. 26. So, I'm having a Slurpee, so cheers. There we go. So I just thought I'd make a quick video, just pop on here quickly really. Because a lot of people don't do social media, Facebook, whatever, they don't do that. So the only time you're ever going to hear from me is now, on here. So I really owed you that. I really had to come on and just say, hello, I'm alive. But I'm going to keep this video brief and then I will explain more in upcoming videos, you know, when I've got a bit more energy and things like that. But basically what happened, I can talk you through it just very quickly and simply, I suppose, really. Obviously I had a cancerous tumour in my colon. I went into hospital to have that removed. It was about a 3-hour operation. It turned out to be a 6.5-hour operation. That was a life-saving operation. They had some really serious problems and all the rest of it. I ended up in ICU for 4 nights rather than 2 nights. Then after that they put me into, it's very similar to ICU but it's just next door and it's called level 1 or something like that. So I was in there for a further about 6 days. I don't know, I lost sort of track of time and things like that. But saying all that, everything is fine. What they managed to do, which was amazing, was obviously cut out all the bad and stitch the good to the good. So, which means I don't have a stoma. In other words, I don't have a bag that my waste would go into. Some people have that as a temporary measure and then they can do a rejoin later. Some people have that as a permanent fixture to them. I'm very blessed, very lucky that that didn't happen to me. I would have coped, because you have to cope, but I didn't want it. Who would? So I'm just very fortunate, I think, and very blessed that what they did worked. It left me quite ill in the hospital for a while. I had to have 2 blood transfusions because I lost a lot of blood. There's a lot of bleeding. There was a little bit of concern how to stop the bleeding. This is internalized bleeding. And they tried several ways and couldn't stop it. So in the end, you know, we got there and all the rest of it, so that's great. And in the hospital I've been eating what I refer to as children's party food. Jellies, ice cream, anything wibbly and wobbly. So the diet is called a soft diet. So you can eat rice puddings and custards and things like that. But now I can progress, which is good. I've been home for a day and a bit, I believe it is now. So I can progress and eat just a little bit more. And tonight I'm going to have a jacket potato. I can't have beans, but I can have sweet corn. So jacket potato, sweet corn, a little bit of cheese and a bit of butter maybe on the, well, on everything. and it'll be nice. It'll be really, really nice. I have to eat small and often, but I haven't got much of an appetite, not really. I am fairly hungry, but I still don't have much of an appetite. I get something in front of me and I think, that looks huge really, you know, and it's only a couple of mouthfuls. I've just had a ready break, a very small ready break, and that was lovely. It's only a few mouthfuls again, but that's all I need. I don't need any more than that. And I'm sleeping a lot and I'm not doing a lot, so I'm not burning any energy. What else to tell you really? Like I say, I will tell you more in upcoming videos as to what went on and things like that. But it was a bit dodgy, a bit hairy. The surgeon came to see me a few days ago and he said, you had us so worried for a number of hours. I said, well, I'm sorry, it wasn't planned. You know, bless him, but he's a lovely guy, really, really nice man. So that was good. I met some fabulous people, wonderful, glorious nurses and consultants and doctors and things like that. I've had some really wonderful treatment. I've had a couple of really quite negative experiences, I have to say. But on the whole, I've had some really lovely, good, positive experiences. Had a few things that went wrong. I went to the toilet one time and for some reason I ended up leaning against the wall. I couldn't find my footing. I thought the toilet floor had disappeared and I couldn't find where it disappeared to, and luckily I pulled the alarm and 2 nurses come and got me. But it's because of the amount of morphine and other drugs, and I'm still on them, by the way. I've got 21 injections, I believe it is, to do. I've got a box of morphine and some other stuff. I've got a very, very gentle, mild little infection, nothing to worry about, so I'm on antibiotics to cure that. But it's a lot of additional medication, especially when you think that I'm on other medication as well. So it's a hell of a lot of medication, or at least I feel it's a hell of a lot of medication, and that itself makes you tired. It takes your brain away from you as well. Last night I did an Asda delivery online, which I've done thousands of them, and I couldn't do it. My friend's here, as you know, Funky Flunky, and we sat here together, and I went to all my favourites and I stored all my favourites, what I wanted, and I clicked them, made sure they were green. Spent about 20 minutes doing it. When I checked, I hadn't saved anything. I don't know why. So I went singly on everything, you know, so like whatever, milk. So I got 4 lots of milk, and then bread, 1 loaf of bread, whatever. And when I checked, I still hadn't saved it. Don't know what I'd done wrong. So I did it a 3rd time, managed to do it. But then I remembered that I needed a couple of extra bits and I couldn't remember how to add that on. So I had to phone Asda, and the lady did it for me remotely, and we're fine. And I just said to her, I'm just out of hospital and I am full of medication. So my brain just switches off. If I'm honest, you know, it just switches off. It's not quite in gear. But it will be, and that's that. The only other thing is the pain. I'm in pretty much constant pain, but it's a dull ache more than anything. If I can lay right, sit right, whatever, bollocks, sit right, whatever, then that's absolutely fine, that's lovely. But I've only got to do something, I don't know, silly, twist slightly, and I get a real awful stabbing pain. I've had pains that have kept me awake nearly all night. Last night I was awake for a long time, for many hours. I have found that cold things really help. So ice cream, a cold fizzy drink, cold bottled water, anything like that really helps. It's like, it's a kind of a form of colic or whatever, you know, that babies have, something like that. But the way I look at it, if that's the worst that I've got to cope with, is some pain for a few weeks, you know, I'm quite happy, I'm alive. Somebody asked me, what can I get you for your birthday? And I said, nothing. How could anybody top what I've got? I'm alive. How could anybody top that? So, a very short little message there, just to say hello. To say hello and I'm alive. And also to thank you for caring, for being there, for waiting for me and all the rest of it. But all your kind thoughts and everything else that's come in, I've slowly started to read them. I'm amazed because on Facebook there must be 300 comments. So I've slowly started to go through things. I don't think I'll get to everybody, but I have put a general, thank you all. Okay, so I'm going to upload this and we'll be back another day. I'm not sure when. But obviously I'll tell you much more about the hospital and the operation and everything else in the next videos. Until then, it's a beautiful day. I know it's going to be the bank holiday, so it's probably going to be busy. Get out to some fields or some woods, somewhere quiet if you can. We'll be back another day. Take care. Be well. Ta-da.